Well, I was very, very lucky. I did a song on the Academy Awards, and people were nice enough to notice me.
Notice you. You shorted every power line between Santa Monica and Kansas City.
Ann Margret Olsen was born in a small town called Valsjöben in Jämtland County, Sweden. As a child, Ann Margret showed a natural ability for dance and took lessons at the Marjorie Young School of Dance. Her parents were supportive, and her mother made all of her costumes by hand. After her father was injured on the job, Ann Margret's mother became a funeral parlor receptionist to support the family. As a teenager, Ann Margret appeared on several amateur shows such as the Morris B. Sachs Amateur Hour, Don McNeil's Breakfast Club, and Ted Mack's Amateur Hour. Ann Margret was part of a group called the Subtle Tones that performed at the Dunes in Las Vegas, alongside headliners like Tony Bennett and Al Hirt. Her performance caught the attention of George Burns, who cast her in his holiday show where they performed a soft shoe routine. Variety praised Ann Margret's style and predicted she had the potential to become a star. In 1961, Ann Margret signed a 7-year contract with 20th Century Fox after filming a screen test. Her debut was in a 1961 loan-out to United Artists in Pocketful of Miracles, a remake of the 1933 film Lady for a Day.
I want to meet Count Alfonso Romero and his son Carlos Romero. This is my...
How'd you do? My first movie was Pocketful of Miracles, where I played the daughter of Betty Davis, Apple Annie. And she says, Ann Margret, this is your close-up, and I want you to look the best you possibly can. Makeup here! Then she looked at me. Good, now we shoot.
In the 1962 remake of Rodgers and Hammerstein's State Fair, Ann Margret played the bad girl role of Emily opposite Bobby Darin and Pat Boone. She was initially tested for the good girl part of Margie, but was considered too seductive for the role.
The number's different, but I've been here.
Does that mean you're a bad girl?
In Bye Bye Birdie, 1963, she played the all-American teenager Kim from Sweet Apple, Ohio.
You have been selected from all the teenagers in the United States to be kissed by Conrad Birdie on the Ed Sullivan Show this Sunday night. We'll be in touch. Goodbye.
Conrad Birdie.
And became a major star after the movie's premiere at Radio City Music Hall. She also sang Baby Won't You Please Come Home at President John F. Kennedy's private birthday party.
I sang for JFK's birthday years ago, and I was very young, and the audacity, I sang, Baby, won't you please come home? Only a really young person would have the audacity.
Ann Margret met Elvis Presley on the set of their movie Viva Las Vegas, 1964, and recorded 3 duets with him for the film, with only The Lady Loves Me making it into the final movie.
Can you help me, please?
Can we help you? Yes, ma'am.
Well, then I'd like you to check my motor. It whistles.
Our relationship was very strong and very serious and very real. We went together for 1 year, and he trusted me, and I do not want to betray his trust even in death.
Ann Margret appeared in a 10-page spread in Playboy magazine's June 1966 issue. The magazine's cover featured a clothed photo of Ann Margret with the headline, Ann Margret talks to Playboy about sex, 4-letter words, Elvis, and making it big. Inside, Ann Margret was featured in a series of black and white and color photographs taken by William Graham. They caused some controversy at the time. However, Ann Margret defended her decision to pose for the magazine, stating that she did not feel ashamed of her body and that she did not believe that there was anything wrong with nudity or sexuality. In 1963, she also guest starred in a popular episode of the animated TV series The Flintstones.
And now, to a very special little listener, I'd like to say good night. Good night, Pebbles. Goodbye.
Voicing an animated version of herself named Ann Margret. While working on the film Once a Thief, 1965, she met her future husband, Roger Smith. Ann Margret starred in The Cincinnati Kid, 1965, opposite Steve McQueen. She returned to Saigon as part of Bob Hope's Christmas show in 1968.
Ann Margret, I want to thank you for making this trip. I want to tell you that.
Oh, you don't have to thank me, Bob, because I happen to love each and every one of these men, and I'd love to go out there and give them all a hug.
And in 1969, she had her own CBS television special, The Ann Margret Show. Ann Margret had a busy year in 1980, starring opposite Bruce Dern in Middle Age Crazy and playing the mother of a young Angelina Jolie in Looking to Get Out, filmed 2 years prior. In 1982, she co-starred in the film version of Neil Simon's play I Ought to Be in Pictures with Walter Matthau and Dinah Manoff. She also won Golden Globe Awards for her performances in the TV movies Who Will Love My Children and a remake of A Streetcar Named Desire. Barbara Stanwyck praised Ann Margret's performance in Who Will Love My Children when she won the Primetime Emmy Award for Outstanding Lead Actress in a Limited Series or Movie in 1983. Ann Margret continued her successful acting career with roles in Twice in a Lifetime, where she played the woman for whom Gene Hackman's character left his wife, and as the wife of Roy Scheider's character in the crime thriller 52 Pickup.
Being on stage and getting that electricity from that group of 5,000 people, just instant. And in a movie with a great script and a really truly fine director and a fine co-star, getting the electricity in a fabulously written scene, feeling it from your toes.
In 1987, she co-starred with Elizabeth Ashley in the NBC two-part series The Two Mrs. Grenvilles, which earned her another Emmy Award nomination for Outstanding Lead Actress in a miniseries or a special. An illustration of Oprah Winfrey on the cover of TV Guide in 1989 actually used Ann Margret's body from a 1979 publicity shot, with the head being Oprah's. In 1993, Ann Margret returned to the big screen in the hit comedy Grumpy Old Men, reuniting with her former co-stars, Walter Matthau and Jack Lemmon.
Work with Jack Lemmon and Walter Matthau's got to be fun.
Oh, frickin' frack.
Frickin' frack.
So cute.
Her character returned for the sequel, Grumpier Old Men, in 1995, which co-starred Sophia Loren and was equally successful. In 1994, Ann Margret published an autobiography titled Ann Margret, My Story.
Well, actually, one of the main reasons that I wrote it is because we heard a year and a half ago that an unauthorized book was being done. And no matter how much I did not wish to do this book, I didn't want lies to come out there.
Ann Margret received nominations for an Emmy Award, a Golden Globe Award, and a Screen Actors Guild Award for her role in Life of the Party. In 2001, Ann Margret made her first appearance in a stage musical, playing the character of brothel owner Mona Stangley in a new touring production of The Best Little Whorehouse in Texas. The same year, she worked with Art Greenhaw on the album God is Love, The Gospel Sessions, which resulted in her second Grammy Award nomination and first Dove Award nomination for Best Album of the Year in a Gospel category. In 2004, she teamed up again with Art Greenhaw for the album Ann Margret's Christmas Carol Collection. She performed material from the album at 2 auditorium church services at Crystal Cathedral in Garden Grove, California, and broadcast worldwide on the program Hour of Power. In 2006, she had supporting roles in the box office hits The Breakup with Jennifer Aniston and Vince Vaughn, and The Santa Claus 3 with Tim Allen. She also starred in several independent films, such as Memory, 2006, with Billy Zane and Dennis Hopper. In 2009, she appeared in the comedy Old Dogs with John Travolta and Robin Williams. Ann Margret had a long-lasting marriage to Roger Smith, who was also her manager. They were together for 50 years, until his death in 2017. Aside from acting, Ann Margret was a passionate motorcyclist and even rode a Triumph T100C Tiger in her stage shows, TV specials, and in the Swinger film. She was even featured in Triumph Motorcycles' official advertisements during the 1960s. However, in 2000, she suffered severe injuries from a motorcycle accident, including 3 broken ribs and a fractured shoulder. Ann Margret spoke about the importance of her faith in a 2012 interview, saying that it had been a part of her life for as long as she could remember. Ann Margret was awarded an honorary doctoral degree in humane letters by the University of Nevada, Las Vegas, in May 2022. Recognizing her contributions to the arts and her philanthropic work. Ann Margret's life and career have been filled with memorable moments and remarkable achievements. From her breakout role in Bye Bye Birdie to her iconic performances in films like Viva Las Vegas, her talent and charisma have made her a beloved figure in the entertainment industry. She has also been an active participant in social and political causes and has never been afraid to express herself and embrace her own identity. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe for more fascinating stories about your movers and shakers. Let us know in the comments which celebrity you would like us to feature next. Thank you for watching.